Hey YouTube, I might sound a bit funny in this video because I've got a bit of a sore throat, but just a wee quick cage update. As you can see, this is not Luna's usual cage. She now has a Habitrail Oval. I do have the box for it, but it's up in my wardrobe and I can't reach it. So, um, I went to where I work. There's like a second-hand shop, and people can donate stuff. It's a bit like a charity shop, and when the money that is earned in the shop goes towards looking after the animals, buying food and just ran like vet bills and maintenance and stuff like that. There's Luna's wee nose. So I saw this. It's been in the shop for weeks, but I thought it was just like spare tubes and a wheel and just spare things. It wasn't actually a cage. So there's Luna. So what it was a limited edition one, so it's slightly different. It didn't have the carrier or the little I think the other one comes with a wee sand bath, but I don't know. But it's got the water bottle, the tubes, the bedroom, and that little thing with the bedding in it. And then so I bought all that, and you get all those tubes. I'll explain about that a bit in a minute. So I bought all that, and usually they retail for about £35. So I was expecting it to be about 15. I know it was second hand, but I thought it was going to be about £10-15, but it was only £5. So I took it home expecting there to be something missing, or like I was like really expecting there to be staining in the bottom because it had been used. But when I got it home, I took it all out of the box, cleaned it all up, and it's absolutely perfect. But it has been used because there was some sawdust left in one of the little windows, the little stopper thingies. They are called windows, I don't know why. And what was even more surprising was there was actually the instructions left in the box, but there's absolutely no staining in it at all. It just looks brand new. I just disinfected it all, and it looks like it's never ever been used, but it has because there was stuff stuck in it. But once that was out, there was nothing wrong with it. And this bit, the maze pieces and the dome, they retail for about £20, and my mum found it in. It wasn't even a second hand shop. It was just a normal shop, and it was only £12.99, I think it was. So she saw it, and she just said that she's told me in the car on the way home that she'd bought Luna a couple of presents, and it was like a little TV hideaway, and then this. So she's now up on my desk because she used to be down there, but she doesn't fit down there anymore because it's too long. So her stuff is now in there. So that's all her treats and food and just all different things. And then you can't see them, but there's two drawers down there, and that's got her toys in it. So up here there's just a cage, the hippo sign, a hand sanitizer, a little hippo, a food pot with some treats in it, and then a little sign. And then there's some other stuff over there, but it's just random stuff because I'm sorting my room out at the minute. There's Luna. She's wondering what I'm doing. There's the water bottle. These water bottles are quite strange because they don't actually have a spout on them. It's just like a little kind of, like when the hamster licks it, the water will drip out. So I didn't think she would understand it at first. So I managed to balance her old bottle in, so she would actually still get water. But I came home. Well, I'd been home, and the bottle was still in. But then went downstairs for my dinner and came back up, and it was out, and I thought I'd knocked it out, so I quickly put it back in, but she was still sleeping, so it didn't really matter. But she heard me putting it back in, so she came running down her tube and ran over to the water bottle and started trying to shove it out with her nose. Because the spout was pointing in, she could push it. So she was sitting pushing it with her nose, and I really don't know why she wanted it out. So I finally took it out, and she was sticking her wee nose through the wee hole, but she can't actually fit through the hole because she's way too big. So I put that one in, and she just started she squeaked at it, because I don't know if she was scared of it or what, but then she started she wondered what to do with it, so I kind of squeezed it to show her there was water in it, and she's kind of got the hang of it. She bites it, but she does get water out of it because the water comes out of it. There's her going up her tube. And I'm quite surprised because you can actually turn in these tubes. Because they're big bubbled ones. Because you can buy the dwarf ones or the Syrian ones. Like, because gerbils can use these. These are quite good for gerbils, these cages, because you can make the bedding really thick and they could burrow. But I was quite surprised because her bed, before I got, well, when it was down on the cube, that part was on my my little stool I use for my desk. So their little bedroom bit was still up on it was behind there. So she would just go up there and then up into her bedroom. But since it's up on here, that's too low, so I had to move it over to there so I could fit it onto here. So once I'd cleaned it out and rebuilt it again, I put her back into there and I put some treats and stuff in there for her to forage for, and she picked some of them up. Well, she went into the maze and got the ones out the maze, didn't bother to go that way, went all the way back through there, up there, and got to that wee window and wondered where her bed had gone. She was sitting pushing on the window and trying to bite it and stuff, and then she thought that she must have thought she hadn't gone far enough along, so she carried on and got to the middle and realised that she'd went way too far, so she managed to turn herself around, which I still don't know how she did, and get herself back over to there. And then I finally had to take her out and put her in the bed to show her it was there. So she's got used to it, and the cage is really secure because these little connectors, you actually have to turn them to lock them, and once they're locked, it would probably take quite a bit of brute force to pull them apart, and doing that you'll probably break it. So a wee hamster, there's no way she'll get out of this. And this is really secure as well because it clips. She might come over. Wee. Yeah, my voice is quite funny. Hello. I was at a friend's house last night. I was at a friend's house last night and she used to have 2 dwarf hamsters because you can actually keep them together. But it's better if you don't, but you're supposed to be able to. But hers both fought. Now she's only got one because the other one got killed in the fight. But it's so small and I don't think it's handled much because I couldn't actually pick it up. I tried to, and I gave it a little treat and stuff, but it didn't want to come out because it's got the same cage as this, but it's the dwarf version. I don't know if she'll come out, but she absolutely loves her wheel because this one in her old cage, the lady said it would last her whole life, but you couldn't actually fit a Syrian wheel in it. So it wasn't a dwarf wheel, but it wasn't a Syrian either, so it was slightly curving her back, but it wasn't seriously curving her back, so it wasn't too bad. But now she's got this big Syrian one, she absolutely loves it. She's in her maze now. So there's just raisins and different things in here. It was quite funny because she was in her bed earlier and she was half asleep, but she was rummaging around, so I opened it to give her a raisin. And she didn't know what I was trying to do, but as soon as she smelled the raisin, she was right at me trying to get it off me. I was just sitting eating it. I don't think you can see that. I don't know because this camera's weird because some things I can't actually see on the screen when I'm videoing. When I put it on the laptop, you can see it quite clearly. Hello. Nosy. I'm gonna try and take her out, but wait a minute. There she is. That's my garden. I'm gonna do a room tour video, but oh, there's a wee blackbird. But I need to sort out my room first because I've just finished my exams and I've made a little list of things. I'm just going to bite my camera. I've made a little list of things I want to do once I've finished them. So one of them is to completely sort out my whole room, go through all my cupboards and everything and make sure there's nothing I don't want. Luna's trying to eat my camera. She's being kind of strange. Oh, I'll just put it up there. That's my beanbag with a pair of jeans that I'd been wearing earlier, but I was having a water fight with my friends because it's really warm here at the minute. It's like a sudden heat wave. This whole week has been so warm. It's been getting up to like 25 degrees and stuff, and that's really warm for Scotland. But at where I work, because like it's really hot and the animals and stuff, all the sheep have been sheared, and there's just this big old Angora goat Barney. His bottom teeth stick out. It's quite funny, but he had been sheared, and we put him down in this field that they had at the bottom of the road up to the Mossburn, and we were told that if he started to get too hot, just to take him out and put him back inside. And we took him back in, but he looks really funny because he's been all sheared. He just looks so small. And Melvin the lamb has been sheared as well. He looks so cute. Melvin's my favourite, but you can't actually pet him. The best I've done is pet his chin with my thumb when he wasn't when he was eating his food, so he didn't notice because it just hasn't been handled when he was little. So when they got him, he was too big to really properly handle. I don't know what she's doing. She seems to be scared. Ooh. Oh, she's a wee munchkin. But the wee dwarf hamster was like the size of her head. So I'll just put her back and then